The traveler sang. It sent its songs into space. In return, it received new songs from other beings. Oblivious to distance and to time, it wove a network of communication across the galaxy. When it discovered a newly evolved intelligence to add to its delicate fabric, it rejoiced. On much rarer occasions, it grieved. When the song of one of its entities changed from delight and discovery to distress and confusion, the traveler listened and thought. When the song transmuted into pain and fear, the traveler made its decision, changed its course toward the song's small blue world, and accelerated to a tremendous speed. During its journey toward the blue world's ordinary yellow sun, the troubled music ripped apart into incoherence. Though the traveler sang reassurance, the songs faded. Finally, they died. The traveler hurtled toward the silence, transmuting its music into a dirge. Admiral James T. Kirk had stolen and destroyed the Starship Enterprise. He had sabotaged a Starfleet vessel. He had incited mutiny. More important, he had disobeyed direct orders. His defenders claimed he had good reason for his actions, but so far he had refused to appear in his own defense. At the headquarters of the United Federation of Planets, his court-martial progressed. Emeritus Ambassador Sarek of Vulcan arrived only moments before he was scheduled to testify on Admiral Kirk's behalf. He paused at the entrance of the dark council hall. A harsh glare flashed over the stepped ranks of seats. The counselors murmured. On a screen above the chamber, a violent explosion roiled and rumbled. A thunderous voice filled the room. Commander Krug's heroic crew died by this devious Federation hand. Commander Krug himself was abandoned to perish on the surface of an exploding planet. The image faded. Light radiated from the witness box, illuminating the angry face of Kamarag, the Klingon ambassador. The mission recorder displayed a great starship, the Enterprise. A second explosion filled the screen with the actinic light of warp engines gone critical. The Enterprise struggled against its death, but another explosion racked it. It fell from space into atmosphere. It glowed with the friction of its speed. It burned. It disappeared in ashes and in flames. The Klingons' mission recorder focused on the face of James Kirk. "Ah!" Kamarag shouted. "Hold the image! Hold!" The image froze. James Kirk gazed at his dying ship. "Observe!" Kamarag's brow ridge pulsed with anger. "The quintessential devil, James T. Kirk, renegade and terrorist. He is responsible for the murder of the Klingon crew and the theft of their vessel. But his true aims were more sinister. Behold, the real plot and intentions." One image of James Kirk dissolved into a second. The new image, uniformed, calm, well-groomed, gazed out at the audience. A complex diagram glowed into being. "Genesis," Kirk said, "is a procedure by which the molecular structure of matter is broken down and reformed." A diagram became a torpedo. The Genesis device arced toward a lifeless world. A tidal wave of fire raced across the rocky surface. Stone and dust became water and air and fertile soil. In this simulation, James Kirk said, a barren rock becomes a world with water, atmosphere, and a functioning ecosystem capable of sustaining most known forms of carbon-based life. Kamarag banished the image with an abrupt gesture. "Admiral Kirk himself detonated this dreadful weapon." The chamber's lights rose. "This Genesis planet was no more and no less than a secret base from which to annihilate the Klingon people." Kamarag let his outrage build. "We demand the extradition of Kirk. We demand justice." The Empire has a unique point of view on justice, Mr. President. Sarek descended the stairs. It is not so many years past that the Empire honored James Kirk as a hero for preventing the annihilation of the Klingon people. One must wonder what political upheaval could have caused such a precipitous change in their opinion.
It is Kirk who changed,
Kamarag fixed Sarek with an expression of fury.
From concealing his treachery to exposing it as Genesis proves.
Genesis was perfectly named, Sarek said. Had it succeeded, it would have meant the creation of life, not death. It was the Klingons who drew first blood while trying to possess its secrets.
Vulcans are well known,
Ambassador Kamarag said coldly,
as the intellectual puppets of the Federation.
Your vessel did destroy USS Grissom. Commander Krug did order the death of David Marcus, James Kirk's son. Do you deny these events?
We deny nothing, Kamarag said. We have the right to preserve our species.
Do you have the right to commit murder? Sarek mounted the dais. Mr. President, I have come to speak on behalf of the accused.
This is a gross example of personal bias. James Kirk retrieved Spock, Sarek's son.
Mr. Ambassador, the President said to Kamarag, with all respect, the Council will consider your testimony and that of Ambassador Sarek. Admiral Kirk has been charged with 9 violations of Starfleet regulations.
There are higher laws than Starfleet regulations. Remember this well. There will be no peace as long as Kirk lives.
Kamarag strode from the council chamber, leaving shocked silence behind him.